Hello, I'm here with Christabel again. We're continuing our conversation about EPCs and MEES. So, hello, Christabel, welcome.
Hello, Peter.
What other things do you think landlords could be doing to try and improve their lot with energy ratings at the moment? Because this is the day after the mini budget, so this is July the 9th. I had to check then. And there was an announcement yesterday of some extra money for energy efficiency. So what could landlords be doing for themselves?
Yeah, so it's quite exciting because for quite a while, the energy efficiency scheme has been predominantly focused on people on benefits and quite rightly people who aren't able to afford to get the measures done. And so now the government has brought out this proposal for the Green Home Grant that is coming in September, and initially we weren't sure where the private landlords were going to be included, but it's looking like from what was announced yesterday that homeowners and private landlords will be included in this. And it's looking like a voucher system where you would have a list of registered local installers. You would get a quote from one of them. Once you kind of got the quote confirmed, you'd apply online and you get a voucher towards the cost of it. It's looking roughly like 2/3, although depending on the vulnerability or the income of the household, it might be even higher. And so that could be grants of up to £5,000 or £10,000 towards the cost of energy efficiency measures, which is a real help for landlords and for homeowners. And at the moment, even with the current regulations, if you do have a more vulnerable tenant, and we know that some tenants do receive, disability benefits, or they might be getting universal credit or tax credits alongside working, and a range of different benefits out there that actually although most of the help is not available to landlords whose EPC is below an E, for some of those harder to treat measures, you can still get the government grants. So even if your energy performance certificate is, say, below an E and you want to bring it up, for some of the harder to treat things like solid wall insulation, first time central heating, there is some grants available for that. But what this Green Home Grants does, I think, is really opens it up much wider, so you can get much more of a whole house approach. And it's a real opportunity now for landlords to have a think about improving the properties in terms of the thermal comfort for the tenants, the energy bills for the tenants, but also long-term improving the quality of the house and the investment that you have there with the property.
In the old days, now I'm going back a few years, not too many years, but if the tenant was on benefit, then they could get discounts, and they're suggesting already that they could double the benefit or the grant available to landlords. Are you aware, does the benefit tenant have to apply for it, or can the landlord still apply, or do we not know details yet?
We don't know the details yet.
Okay.
The way it works with the current system is that the tenant can apply for it. They're the ones who are eligible at the moment with the current eco grants, but obviously the landlord is asked for permission to do the work. So we don't know exactly how that's going to work with the new grants, and it may be the case that if there was additional funding for the circumstances of the tenant, then the tenant would have to be involved in that application process because they'd have to provide some of their personal information. But other than that, I don't see why necessarily tenants would have to be involved if it wasn't, also trying to find out additional information about them. They just have to be told that there was going to be works taking place, etc.
Right, thank you, Christabel. That's all good stuff. I'm sure there will be other videos that we'll do, so look forward to seeing you next time.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.